winds reached over 100 kilometers an hour. I don't know what that is in miles per hour, but it definitely took off a few branches. Ooh, that's not a good sign. Came off of our field. Yeah, there's a big bare patch right there. I'm gonna have to drive into the fields and get a closer look. But even in our dugout there's a lot of hay in that. That's not a good sign. So in case if you're wondering what do we do now, we try to save as much of it as we can, which means a lot of work, but there's also a lot of hay in that fence line. And yeah, bring the rake out here, see how much we can save. And in case anyone was curious, this would have been the second cutting of grass. So now I'm going to go ahead and check out the second field that we were cutting, and that would be third cutting of alfalfa. We don't do it a lot here, but in the rare instance where we get enough growth, we will do a third cutting, and I'm not very hopeful for that. And that stuff was just cut yesterday, just before the windstorm. It was a pretty thin alfalfa crop to begin with, but it was thick enough to actually make a swath out of it. Now here's some more. That's farming for you. Yeah, that's a good bit of hay in there that we're going to have to fork out. And the hay blew across the road into another person's field and into their fence line. But I don't think we're going to do anything about that. Okay, now we're going to go check the other field. So like I said before, this is third cutting of alfalfa, so there's not nearly as much material as second cutting, but it's still bad. We weren't planning on cutting this stuff anyways, but we did because there was some decent growth in here. We normally just let our cows graze on this around this time. Definitely hurts because we had to rent out a machine because our machine is still busted. And I mean, like, yeah, it was slightly breezy when we were cutting it, but we didn't think it would get to over 100 km/h winds. If we would have known that it would have been over 100, then we would have cut the past 2 days. But yeah, still some pretty bad losses here. So this whole area over here, we actually didn't cut because this is mostly grass right here. When we let the cows out on this field, we want them to have something to eat. So that's why we didn't cut this right here, this grassier stuff. But mostly alfalfa we cut. Well, that'll be it for this video. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Even though this was kind of a sadder video, I want to share my farming experience with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one.